Anger and frustration tonight over plans to truck toxic fire debris into and through several Southern California cities. KCAL News is in this for the long haul, committed to reporting on the rebuilding of Southern California.
Yeah, but before the rebuilding can actually begin, all that toxic debris and ash has to be removed. So who's responsible for that? How fast will it happen? And where will it all go? It is a growing controversy. And tonight, our Nicole Comstock with the anger over toxic Eaton Fire debris rolling through surrounding cities to Duarte.
That's right. Hundreds of people from 4 different cities came out to this meeting, and they're not the only ones who are upset. The mayors of those cities are very upset, too. They spent the majority of the night pressing the EPA and saying, why can't you just keep these toxic materials in Altadena where they burned and process them there? The EPA came back and said they don't plan on pausing this process to look for another site because they are on a strict deadline to get phase 1 of the cleanup process done in just 30 days. San Gabriel Valley families were not having any of what representatives from the state and federal environmental protection agencies were saying about bringing toxic debris from the Eaton Fire to Azusa.
We are not allowing the materials to seep into the earth, which is how we do know that.
That's the problem. They're young. You don't know what's going to happen.
Mayors from 4 local cities, Baldwin Park, Irwindale, Azusa, and Duarte, are fighting to shut down the impending processing site at Lario staging area. But the county park with adjacent bike trails is on federal land. So the mayors and Senator Susan Rubio say the feds never informed them.
Who in particular made those decisions? Because when I try to get answers, I've been told several times it's a federal issue and that I don't have a choice.
It is normal under these circumstances. We do move this quickly.
My concern is that if this happened and we weren't informed, what else is happening or is being hidden from us?
The EPA told the crowd their experts have processed hazard materials off-site for many other wildfires and have never created a new environmental problem in another city. But residents are not convinced.
I don't believe that. That's why I'm here. Because the accidents happen. You know, there's all the what ifs.
And then I see on the news this morning of the flyovers, and they just have bags of debris with no lids on them. The tent is an open air tent.
The neighbors and mayors asked multiple times who's insisting on transporting the toxic debris 16 miles away to an area with homes and schools nearby, instead of processing it where the disaster took place. The EPA only said they determined this was a suitable site, and they're looking for others.
We will still need to build additional staging areas, so we are still looking for access.
And the EPA says they did try to secure other locations for this processing site first, including Farnsworth Park in Altadena, the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, and the Santa Anita Racetrack in Arcadia. But they say all of those locations were already being used for other emergency operations. Again, we're talking about a massive amount of debris that needs to be removed from Altadena, and the EPA says they're looking for at least one additional processing site. The locations they're most interested in, they say, are the Irwindale Speedway and the Altadena Golf Course. Reporting in Duarte, Nicole Comstock, KCAL News.
And every step of the way during the fire recovery and rebuilding of SoCal, we will be asking the tough questions.
Yeah, and holding leaders, local, state, and national accountable.
Now, if you have a question about rebuilding efforts, a news tip you want us to investigate, or perhaps a story you think we should do, we want to hear from you. Go ahead and scan the QR code there on your screen, or you can send us a message on kcalnews.com/tips.